Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on Stargirl in general, because it involves Season 1 and Season 2 stuff. So we're heading into the finale for Stargirl's first season with that last episode airing in the next few days when this video will go up, and of course I'm sure a lot of us are excited to see how it all wraps up, especially considering the events in the penultimate episode, which set up all of it and left us on quite a cliffhanger with the developed minds of the adults under the control, or at least in the early stages of that, by the Injustice Society. Now, it will be interesting to see how most of the storylines from this season wrap up, and it will be interesting to see if everything is wrapped up or if they leave a door open for certain stories to, continue or, thread into next season. Henry King Jr. is an example of that, whether they close it off or they could open it up. Is he alive? Is he dead? I'm sure they'll put a full stop on that now, I would guess. And of course, stuff around Cindy Berman, aka Shiv, should be something we expect to see bleed into next season. I think that's a guarantee. But you would think a good amount of stuff is wrapped up in this finale for the most part. But of course, Season 2 setup is something that I am personally expecting, and I'd assume most of you are watching for as well. Now, I guess how much we get is another question, but could it be a villain teaser or reveal, and maybe something to do with another new JSA member? Or in the off chance, considering a lot of people's, question marks around it, maybe a former member of the JSA that Pat thought was long gone dead, like Jay Garrick or something in that ballpark, shows up or is at least teased at being alive. But of course, I'm sure we'll learn most of it in this upcoming finale. Now, Brett Bassinger, who of course plays Courtney Whitmore, aka Stargirl, did a bunch of interviews either after episode 11 or after episode 12 specifically about this upcoming finale and leading into season 2. So I've picked the best questions from those various amounts of interviews to put in this video, but I will leave each individual interview linked in the description down below if you want to go read them if you're curious. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know your various opinions in the comments section down below. What are your thoughts on what we go over in this video, and what are you looking forward to most in this finale? Is there anything you'd like to see put in that finale to set up season 2? I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. Just leave all your general theories down there. It always excites me to read them. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video and you're looking forward to the upcoming finale, just enjoyed Stargirl this season, why not drop a like on the video to show your support? What has this first season been like for you as the Stargirl of DC's Stargirl? It's been interesting because I've been quarantined at home for so much of it. I've gotten recognized once because I just don't go out. Nothing's open. But I had my mask on and sunglasses. I have to tell this story because it's so exciting for me. And I was talking to the security guard. He goes, "Take off your sunglasses." And I was like, okay, why? He was like, "You know why." So I slowly took them off. And he was like, "You know why? Stargirl." I fangirled more than he fangirled because I was so freaking excited to meet a random person who loves this show. He was so into it and it was the best feeling. My heart was so thrilled. As an actress, how have you grown over these first 13 episodes headlining a show? Did you feel like you learned a thing or two? Of course, I'm very critical of myself. It's one of my best and worst characteristics, so in watching myself, I've seen things I'd want to do differently in season 2. Like when it comes to the fight scenes, I'd never done anything like that before or worked with green screen, so to see what it looks like when I'm riding on Stripe's back or when I'm fighting with a staff and not just a light pole prop, I feel like I can take what I've seen and make my performances that much more authentic. What is it like when you see an episode edited together with all of those visual effects? Because when watching next week's part 2 of the finale, I was repeatedly blown away by how it kept up in the game. Yeah, it always exceeds my expectations. When I watch it, I'm getting to see completely new things, which is always fascinating. What sort of emotions will viewers be going through next week during the season's final moments? I cried. I've watched the finale a couple of times, and every single time I cried. The last scene is so beautiful, it wrapped the season up so perfectly. Now just quickly to butt in here, I'm not too sure if she'd be talking about just the last scene that she's in, because from what we know, there is a end credit sort of scene that sets up season 2. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what maybe the last scene in the entire thing does make her cry. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens there, but we've been told that there's an end credit scene, so we'll have to wait and see. What were the most important moments that shaped Courtney into who she is now? Joey, Zarek. That was a very worldly experience for her and made her understand how dangerous this can be, but also realize how important it was for her to be Stargirl. There is evil out there and she can help stop it, and so she felt this obligation to stop it. Henry was once again that same thing. Courtney's so the first one to see the best in people. That's why she was so eager to help Henry, because he said, "No, there's good in my dad," and she's like, "Okay, we'll find it." And I think her saying that sometimes things aren't just black and white and people are sometimes just bad and the world can be bad was once again a very growing experience for her. Congratulations on the season 2 pickup. How did you find out that you'd be returning? Who was the one to tell you, and how did you react to that news? Our showrunner, Jeff Johns, is the greatest human ever. I'm very close to him and I speak to him very frequently. He was so nice and he kept me updated throughout the entire thing with any good news, any bad news, and what it was looking like. Throughout the process, I was up to date on things. It was so funny. He would tell me, okay, I'm 99% sure that we have a season 2. And I'd call my mum and she'd be like, do we celebrate? And I was like, I don't know. He said 99%, so I'm not really sure. And then finally he called me and was like, we got a season 2. And I was like, okay, so now I celebrate. It was this build up and I was just like, okay, as an actor, our jobs are so inconsistent and our lives rely so much on our next job and everything else is just so up in the air. So it gave me so much of a sense of peace, just knowing where I was going to be, what I was going to be doing, and who I was getting to work with. Jeff is just amazing, so I'm very excited to get started. What are you most looking forward to with season 2? With the way that everything is left at the end of this season and with how things are set up, what are you most looking forward to getting to do next season? I'm genuinely so excited about everything, but right now I'm thinking about the JSA and getting my team back together and getting to work with Cameron Gelman, Angelica Washington, and Yvette Monreal again. We have so much fun, all of us in our super suits and sweating, but loving every second of it. I just can't wait to get that team back together. Do you know when you get to start shooting and get scripts to read? I don't really know. I've heard sometime in 2021, but I'm really excited. Will you be back filming in Georgia for season 2, airing exclusively on the CW? Yes, as far as I know, that's the plan. So that's the end of the question thing. Now, I didn't say this before because I know I just forgot to say it earlier in the video because I didn't put it in my notes because I'm an idiot. But we're just going to be talking about some of the stuff that we know that's going to be heading into season 2 and also some of the stuff that's in this finale that's been confirmed. So if you don't want to, hear it, you can leave the video now. But if you want to hear it, let's talk about it. So just talk about the season 2 stuff because that's very public, while the next one is something that was in one of these interviews that I didn't include earlier on. So the first thing is the Shade. We know the Shade's going to be in season 2. I am curious whether he's in the end of this episode, in this finale at some point, or they just mention him, or we see like a top hat. That's the Shade's got the top hat. So I think that'd be the big indicator, because if it's just him with how he dresses, you could think it's the wizard that's back alive, or if it's just his cane, you could think it's a long wand or something like that. So, but then again, the wizard wears a top hat. I don't know. Maybe he's got a very tall top hat. That'd make him the Shade. So we'll have to wait and see what he does. How they indicate it's him if he is in this finale. I have not watched the finale yet. I'll probably be watching it in about 12 hours from when I'm recording this video. That's usually when I get the episodes. So I'll know by the time this video goes up whether he's there or not. But the Shade is someone that they could have there because they said he's going to be in season 2, or at least have a big role in season 2. Cindy is someone they have to do something with. I'm just interested to see how much she is in the finale, because they're going to have to say, yeah, she's out of that, jail, or maybe she stays in there, who knows. But she's out of there possibly, and she's gone and done this stuff. That's something they have to set up, and obviously the Henry King stuff. But the thing that's in the finale that we know of, that was actually revealed by Breck in, I think it was the Collider interview that's in a part of this, and she revealed that there is a fight with Solomon Grundy in this season 1 finale. Now, we have theorized that maybe it's that final battle sequence, because there is a big gap behind the ISA. You can probably be able to see it on screen right now. There's like a big gap behind them where, like, Stripes on the JSA side, Solomon Grundy could be on the ISA side. So he might have been removed for the trailers, not to spoil anything, even though Breck revealed it in an interview anyway. But he could be there. Or maybe it's like a last resort thing and they just release him, and then it's maybe Solomon Grundy versus the entire JSA, which would be pretty interesting. But there's another thing that they also could set up, and I do wonder if they'd go down this route, because Jeff Johns previously had talked about Stargirl setting up other spin-offs. And I don't know if you could actually do a show around this. You could, and I'd watch the hell out of it. I just don't know if the general audience would, especially now on the CW. I don't know if it fit the CW model, but then again, like, Arrow didn't back in the day, and Arrow was one of the most popular shows on the CW. So, I guess that proved it wrong. But the Seven Soldiers of Victory, I personally don't see how they keep Shining Knight on the show. I think he probably, if he doesn't leave at the end of this finale, he leaves very early on, like if not episode 1 of season 2, but you may as well just let him go at the end of this finale if you're just going to leave episode 1 of season 2. So I wouldn't mind it if maybe they set up some sort of Seven Soldiers thing with him, whether it's him going to find the others, which was sort of hinted back in episode, I want to say 9 or 10, or 8, 9 or 10, whatever episode it was, when we first saw that photo of the 7 soldiers, or it's a new version, because there is a new version of the 7 soldiers. It's completely different, but they could do that if they wanted to. I think if they're going to do it, they'll do the old version. I'm going to find at least most of them, and they could do that in season 2, like him doing that, and then there's a spin-off, or he goes and does that, is gone for half a season, comes back, and we have like an episode where maybe he can't find them, and we learn the history of the 7 soldiers. Maybe he remembers everything, and we get like a flashback episode or something like that. That'd be very, very cool. Maybe they could use that as a backdoor pilot. Who knows what they could do, but that'd be very cool if we got some 7 soldiers seeds planted. I don't want to say set up, but just like planting the seeds where it could grow into a tree later on. So I'm interested to see what they do with that, but I'm just excited to watch this finale. I'm sure you guys are as well. Not long to go now. I just can't wait to see how they finish it off and also set up season 2. Because I just love this season, and I think most of you guys have as well. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show support. Let me know in the comments section down below your various opinions on what we went over in this video, just what you're looking forward to the most in the season 1 finale of Stargirl. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. And yeah, I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.